welcome back everyone. Here we are through day 4 of our coffee time corner of happiness build. Really coming together, got our structure. Basically all we got left is, from here out. So some couple of stools and knickknacks out here and some stuff that goes on our counter. Plus gonna finish up cleaning up our wiring situation down here. But really liking this one. It's complicated, but it's simple, so I'm sort of really am digging how it's going together. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having a bit of fun. If you see any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add onto my list. I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best options. That being said, we are jumping right in, and I want to clean up the wiring and get it finished up right quick, and then we can go into the more proper build part of the section. So I'll get this access point out here, and like I say, this is just supposed to go in from the back, like so it says. I think I found out in the past, I get it going through, I like it better. I think it looks neater sitting on the outside, like so. And yeah, and that's sort of, so I just glue it in place there. First thing I'm going to do is put a little bit more dab of glue there underneath. Actually, first thing I'll do is grab my phone stand to support this so I don't break all this other stuff on the front side, I hope. And now, just put a dab of glue underneath the flaps here that came a little loose. Well, just this bottom one came a little loose. So, ease you under there and just bloop. And just sort of pop you down. And then I think didn't stay down, but I think actually while I'm here, might as well throw some glue underneath that to hold that in place. So I think I'll stick with the B7000. It's pretty snug. It's not fixed in place with by the pressure, but it's not going very far. So I'm just a couple of dabs of glue there, and I think will secure everything. Maybe get the clamp and just sort of hold it down. Can I get it to line up? Nope. Okay, just hold it down for a few seconds by myself then. Clean off this excess back here, maybe. Alright. And then I'm going to use the hot glue to fix all my wires in place underneath here. Take you down a little bit. A little bit. I think I just put that. Well, make sure I put it where I can get access to the battery. So, just like so. And then I'm gonna make sure I isolate these bare wires apart from each other. So I'll just use the hot glue for that as well. But that's just my plan. So I'm gonna just do a dab right here. Plop you in place right now. Hold that for a second. Alright. Stand. Like I said, these wires don't appear to be any danger of crossing over, but I'll still make sure they stay fixed away from each other. Get a little tilt on it. Just sort of pop you over here. Hold it down there for a few seconds. Need one more set of hands for it. Okay. Alright, that one one seems to be cooperating. Likewise, this one, maybe I'll do it just do it from the top. Nah, it came out, so let's back in there. I say it's low enough voltage where I'm not too worried about it actually any shorts or anything. Just want to neaten it up down there. Oh, I glued myself to it. Okay. But there, that should be. That's where we're ended up with it. And I say, how's that? That seems to be stuck down pretty good. Yeah, I got our switch in place. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so that should finish that side. Everything nice and neat from the outside, anyway. And now get down into proper building, I think. So I'll start with a little coffee doodad. I'm not super familiar with all the shapes in a brewer or something, I'm sure. But I get to use my new fangled curly Q pliers. And it's a tiny piece, so let's come on all the way in. Okay. Let's see here. So, two of the same things here, and they're supposed to just go together in the middle. This goes on top, both of them, and that's, we're going to curve that into a handle between them. Let's see here, it's metal. Bring in a little acrylic to work on. And I've been having such good luck with that super glue, I hate to not play with it more. So I'm going to continue using my newfound favorite toy of the super glue nozzle doodad. Okay, let's just see if we can get a couple of drops on one side. Okay. These things are super slippery, so. Pressure. It's fairly flat, good surface area, so it should. If it's not, okay, it appears to have worked. Okay, nice. So this guy I'm just supposed to drop in on top. Easier said than done. Big fumble fingers like me. Okay, so something like so. I think that is going into a little recess there. I think I will go to the B7000 for this bit. So try and hold you steady and just generous dollop on the top here. And plop you on. Okay. Seems to be pretty close to center. Now, this guy curl is a pretty big curl, so I'm going to go fairly close down to the end here. Ease you in, around, and see how you turned out. I got a good. I'm really digging this thing too. I'm pretty sure I picked this and my little right angle thing up off of Amazon. I think it was Amazon haul. I think I put 3 or 4 things in there, and it's a reasonably new thing where you spend $25 to get the free shipping, and it's like Temu light stuff. It's not like high quality stuff, but it's not quite the junk you usually get off Temu, so it's sort of middle ground. But it's not, like I say, it's not a high quality stuff. I generally find some good handy stuff on there, so I've sort of enjoyed browsing it. Okay, now let's see, really try my hand at the. Really push my luck to see how much I'm gonna like this nozzle. On that end, and now we hold it for a few seconds. Nope. Left some residue on there, so a little more pressure maybe. It feels like I've got good connection on it. Okay. Maybe not. I think I'm going to have to go with a hot glue gun. That's what it worked on. It's connecting, but maybe I'm going to let that set aside and see if it does. See if that glue does its thing, because we got several more tiny pieces to make. So let's continue the next one and we'll see what goes on there. Okay, got another canister to make here. Get my cutting board back out. I started pulling pieces of this and I thought maybe I'll get done tonight, but then I started really looking at, I've got a whole stack of stuff to go, so I still think it'll be, I do think we'll get done tomorrow, but I was momentarily optimistic that today was going to be the final day, but I think we're going to stretch it on to tomorrow. Okay, so this is, okay, that's the bottom, that's the top, and this one's actually folding in on the edges. Oh, I got the, so I think I am going to take out the notches across the top, but I'm going to leave the bottom one square because that is making a good base. It's my plan. So let's see how things go from here. May not be. Fate may decide otherwise. Okay, that one actually worked pretty good. Off of here. And you. And this one I am going to do straight over. Just to make, I like the, oh, right. Sticking to my instruction manual here. Let's see here. One thing down here I want to take out this corner. And these guys I'm just going to cut straight up. And I just realized I didn't score all that before I started that. Which I meant to do before I did the cuts, but it should still be okay. Okay, so I hope this guy lined up on that edge. Likewise here. I felt like I might have got a little aggressive on that one, but no. Now each of the flaps. Okay, that should get us folding. Let's see, got my glue there ready to go. These got a little cut. Good. You guys all went. Okay. So these three on the inside. Okay. Actually, let me do that. Go. Do that one first. Make the first joint. One knot's there. Excess there. Clean off the. Okay, now bottom folded in like so. Looks like I got a little excess on this edge, so let me trim just a shave a little bit off there, clean it up. Yeah, there we go. Now I'll just need a couple of dots on this one. Down. Okay, excess on there. Now, like I said, these guys are actually supposed to fold inside the top, so let's just sort of bend them over. Get them started in there. This little doodad is supposed to pop in there. So, yeah, something like that. And then this is our lid that goes on top of it. Like that. Okay, so with that, I believe I'll go back to the B7000. A little bit thicker. Cover up that gap, maybe. Just do not much, just a little, maybe a couple, well, more than two right there. Drop or two on each side. Ease you in. Spin. Drop you. Alright. Now, sort of the same thing here. Just put B7000 in our little channel here. And pop you on there. Alright. Now, set you aside with that other one to let you dry. Okay. Progress is being made. I'm digging it. Now, what's our next little batch of goodies? Okay. See, I think I put these in order of, yeah, so far everything, yeah, these are all going to go on our counter. So maybe that looks like that might be where we stop tonight, because we still got a couple more to go. Okay, so I'm going to get the right page on this one so I know which one I'm looking at. Okay, so I got two handles, a couple of doilies, and these are our cups. Yeah, spoon goes in one of them. Okay, so this is just, yeah, this is just supposed to be the whole cup itself. It's got to put a handle on it, so back to my little curly Q pliers. Just ease you in right there. And I think I am going to go back to the hot glue gun on this just because that was so much easier the other day. Use a little drop as I can on here. All that work for nothing. Okay. And glue off. And the good thing about hot glue, it does clean up pretty easily. And tighten this up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, that's probably too much, but it should still work. Okay. Now back to where we started. Okay, here. Funky looking handle for the cup, but does the trick. Mix this off here. That'll be the back side over here, I think. All the extra glue. Okay, and that's supposed to go on one of our little doilies here. And it was still attached. Got a textured floor, so it's hard to spot it in it. Found it. Not textured, but it's got like a pattern on it, sort of blended in. Okay, so you're supposed to go on one of the doilies there, so that's B7000. Use a handle to pick it up even. That's the advantage of hot glue. Just a little bit on the edges there. Perfect. And set you over with our other drying pieces there. I hope. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait a second, actually. Come back. Our little spoon's supposed to go in that one, so. Oh, it looks like there's some glue stick. You can see a little glue sitting in that corner over there. So let's see if I get our spoon into that. Okay, that ought to stick. Okay. Alright, now I'll set you over there to dry off the other few. Now, one more cup, mug situation, and I think, yeah, we actually got one more thing to make for our counter space. And then I think I'll, yeah, okay, I think we're going to make 2 more pieces after this one, and that'll be, maybe that'll be enough for tonight. I'm debating. Trying to look at all these cups I got left to see what else I'm going to make. Oh yeah, that one will take a minute. Stools, bag, what are you? Oh, okay, that pieces, actually. Okay, I'll save that piece for tomorrow. Planning out in real time here, sort of. Should have done this beforehand, but I never know really how long this stuff's going to take until I get going on it. Okay, so you down there. Squeeze you around right this way this time. Yeah, put the little curl on it. And okay, open at the bottom, so this is you like so. What I'm doing is just little glues I can get to come out there, which isn't very little. Okay. And B7000 onto this doily. Alright. Okay. We're onto our drying sideboard here. Now, I said we was going to do 2 more pieces. Yeah, still think maybe 3. Because I'm looking at the stools and the couple of pieces, and then if I'm going to try the dust cover, I'm trying to sort of formulate in my head how long this stuff's all going to take, but I think I've got it figured out. Okay, so we got a little template for our cloth bit, which is, this is going to be like a little roaster brewer thing, I think. Like I say, I'm not super familiar with it, but that sort of appears to be. Okay, so we're starting. Okay, got a little clear bead. We're supposed to cut one out that size. So eyeball it first and then trim it down, because I think we got some extra felt here. Yeah, a good bit skinnier. Length is just a shade off the edge and a shade off the top, so not much. See how this looks. Good on the length. Yeah, still a little tall. I bet that'll do it. Yeah, I think it'll serve our purposes, because this is actually, we're supposed to actually curl that up and fit it down in that center here. So I'm just going to use my tweezers. Alright, few around. In. Hope I can get you. Nope. Almost did it. Just roll it up there. Okay, something like that. You can barely see through the side. That is what they called for. And then, actually, I'll use these bits cut off. We're actually supposed to make little felt nugget pieces, so that'll work for those. Alright, and those are supposed to go in the top here. I think another call for B7000, get a little more liquidy. Around a little bit. Not like that, not with my hand. Okay, that plan didn't work. Okay, so drop you guys in there. Okay. That's one of the things. I don't think I want to tempt fate anymore on that one. That seems to be, I think that's a fair representation of what they got the picture of. supposed to be coffee grounds or something, I guess. Maybe that's what a press or something. That's like I keep saying I don't do coffee that much, so it's sort of that's sort of lost on me. Okay. Now, okay, so this guy goes underneath here. That's going to go down on there. It's sort of pushing back against our felt there, so I'm going to go with the hot glue on this one, I think, to make sure it holds down pretty instantly. Come on. Just a touch. All I need. Okay. Let's pop you in. Okay, there. Like so. Now our little ring collar deal is supposed to go on top of there. I think I'm about to add that one on top. This bit goes on top of that after that, so I think I'll just dab a hot glue right in the middle. Get you on there. At the same time, you on top of that. Everybody lined up. And there we go. That's like reasonably close to what the picture in the book shows. I could use a little more fuzz in the top, but that's on focus. There we go. Okay, now we've got one more thing for our countertop, and then I think we'll be in good shape. So now these are supposed to be straws, I think. So let's see. So I just go in from half side. Get a little curve on corner curve on there. So okay. Now it's time for placement here. Get over to the right page to find out what their recommended is. Okay. So, okay, on the stand gets an angle on it. Yeah, too much of an angle. Trying to make sure I can see and you can see both. Yeah, that looks about right. Oh, yeah, I'll just stick those on with. Trying to think. Okay, so we're doing these guys. I think I'm gonna put them in place at once. Then this guy. Then our cup with a spoon. Big cup. And no, we got this goes over there. This goes over there. And that's over on. I work my way off the side here. I'm sorry. These two together. Okay. Well, almost all on the screen. Okay, so this guy, like I say, it's a straw container, so I'm just gonna hot glue you right there on that edge. And then drop the old B7000 down into the nozzle, the hole. And pop in our straws. Boop. Of course, all the little strings everywhere from the hot glue gun. Okay. And then this guy. Oh, not the lid still loose. I'm going to stick with the hot glue situation because that's simple and easy, I think. It appears that worked. First cup. Let's see, one. Second cup. Missed. Oh. That's not ideal. Way on down there. That corner. Alright. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, it sounds like it's wedged in there. Okay. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Peel off the hot glue. Not peeling everything off maybe. Nope. Okay. Plan B. Reheat the hot glue. And break it free from the other glue. Don't burn yourself. Enough glue left on there to hold it. Yes. Okay. Cool. Ooh, just realized I could probably put a little more light on that situation. Now, these two, and hope it goes better. Okay, so you, grab you like this maybe. There. Okay, and then our little canister right next to that one. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm digging that. That's a, wasn't sure. Like I can never tell. I have a hard time estimating how long these things are going to take when I do them. But let's see. What have I got left tomorrow? I got stools. That thing. And our sign. And then the dust cover. Where are we at? Looking close to 40 minutes, 40-ish. I'm gonna go. I don't think those are going to be too bad. But let me go ahead and do, I'm going to do my little sign. You know, after years, it took me a few tries, but I finally did figure out a good trick to using these, and I don't like using it. Just gotta find a good piece of appropriately sized paper. It's the way I've been doing these. Find my scissors. The instructions say to put the wood, glue the wood to the wood at an angle, but I can never make that work nice. So what I finally figured out, I'll take these two, put them together like that, and get my glue on. Drops either side like so. And a piece of paper. Down, line them up. Put it on there. And then that creates the hinge for our sign that we can glue in place to however we want to fit. See, I forget how many of these I tried to make the hard way before I finally figured this out, so I'm glad I did. But let's put our coffee signs on there. Get a hold of them. Just swizz it around, get the glue everywhere. There. Okay. Now, of course, I did extra glue in there to glue it together, so make sure you don't let that happen. Got some hot glue if I can get them hit all four at once and slap it down quick enough. Goes right here. Just like that. That's the easiest way I've found to make those little signs. May have made it a little bit wide stanced, but I think it's still a good looking thing. And a perfect point to stop tonight. Alright, that's little pieces always take extra time, but I think this one's really coming together. I guess practice, I'm not going to say made perfect, but practice is definitely improving the quality of my build on these things. Compared to the last one, it was a little bit of a kerfuffle, but I'm very pleased with how this is coming together. Got my switches. I think I got some glue in my switch. It is a little bit hard to flop, but it does still work, so that's the important thing. Alright, I'll call that a night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel over here. We'll do experiments. One going up today. Over here is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is going to be the playlist for this whole build. See you tomorrow.